Good evening, my four-legged friends and the two-legged ones who just can't resist a good tail wag. I'm Aldo Pants, your go-to pooch for all the latest in the canine world. Tonight, we're diving into a topic that's been the subject of heated debate at every hydrant, tree, and lamppost from here to the dog park. What exactly do we dogs talk about at a pee spot? Now, I know what you're thinking. Aldo, isn't it obvious we talk about where the best bones are buried, which mailman to bark at, and how to get that pesky squirrel off our turf? But is that really all there is to it? Or is there a deeper, more intellectual conversation happening while we lift a leg? To help us crack this mystery wide open, I've invited a very special guest tonight, a professor from the prestigious Dogford University. Please welcome Professor Barkley. Professor Barkley, thank you for joining us. Now, you've recently conducted some groundbreaking research on this very topic. Tell us, what did you discover after interviewing pups from all walks of life?
Thank you, Aldo. It's a pleasure to be here. My research reveals that the conversations at pee spots are far more complex than we previously thought. While there is certainly some discussion about territorial claims and the occasional gossip about the neighbor's new chew toy, many dogs are actually engaging in what I would call philosophical discussions.
Philosophical discussions, you say? Are you telling me that while I'm just trying to mark my territory, the poodle down the street is contemplating the meaning of life?
Precisely, Aldo. It seems that pee spots are like the ancient forums where dogs debate the big questions, like the ethics of barking at delivery people and whether or not it's acceptable to chase your own tail in public.
Well, I'll be darned. Here I was thinking we were just exchanging scent-based Yelp reviews, but now that you mention it, I did overhear a couple of terriers arguing about whether bones are better buried or chewed on the spot. So, what does your research suggest is the most common topic at these pea spot gatherings?
Interestingly enough, the most frequent topic is what we call the big chew. It's a metaphorical discussion about the ultimate reward, whether it's a giant bone, a never-ending belly rub, or the perfect sunny spot to nap in. Each dog seems to have their own vision of what this big chew represents.
Ah, the big chew. It's the dream that keeps us all going, isn't it? But I've got to ask, Professor, how seriously should we take these conversations? I mean, after all, aren't we just dogs?
Aldo, we may be dogs, but we are sophisticated, intelligent creatures with our own ways of understanding the world. So, while we may enjoy a good game of fetch, it doesn't mean we can't also ponder the mysteries of the universe, or at the very least, the mysteries of where that elusive, squeaky toy keeps disappearing to.
Fair point, Professor. And I guess if we can solve the mystery of the disappearing squeaky toy, we're well on our way to figuring out the meaning of life. But before we get too carried away, let me just say this. Pea spots are sacred ground. Whether we're discussing the big chew, critiquing the latest mailman's technique, or just sharing a good sniff, it's a place where dogs can come together, exchange ideas, and leave a little piece of themselves behind, literally. And with that, we wrap up tonight's edition of Aldo's Angle. Remember, whether you're a philosophical poodle or a simple-minded schnauzer, the next time you find yourself at a pea spot, take a moment to appreciate the rich tapestry of conversation happening around you. Who knows, you might just learn something new or at least find out where the best bones are buried.